So, what up, world? This is Dave, and once again, this is Let's Be Blunt. Just want to touch, obviously, the media circus right now is the whole Trayvon Martin thing, and it's a tragedy, you know. Overall, it's a tragedy on both parties. I mean, but I see patterns, and you know, I see a court case that should have been a local court case, not a national story, borderline, you know, a worldwide story. Like, this should have been like a local story, maybe state, and that's it. Like, it should have stopped there, because, you know, shout out to the Trayvon family, you know. My condolences to you guys, but shit like this happens nationwide. I mean, Chicago alone, there's all kinds of shootings on a daily basis. New York, there's, you know, white on white, black on black, Hispanic on Hispanic. I mean, people are just shooting each other regardless. So the fact that we took this one case and turned it into a race battle, and now we got all these angry, you know, African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call it, like I don't know. And now people are saying that our legal system is flawed and all this kind of stuff. Yes, our legal system is flawed. Like, nobody said it was perfect, you know, but it's not, you know, it's better than most legal systems around the world. So you got to take the good with the bad. You know, white people were pissed off when OJ was acquitted. You know, black people were like, ooh, damn, it burns, doesn't it, white people? Damn. You know, I'm just saying, like, you gotta take the good with the bad. And at the same time, you know, the whole thing about the OJ case was, in a court of law, it's not about morals. It's not about, well, he shouldn't have done this, or he should have felt bad, or no, it's, can you prove without a reason of a doubt? You gotta prove, like, 100%, like there can't be any doubt. And if there is, there's a little thread hole. That's it. That's all the defense needs to get away with murder. And it sucks, yes, granted. I'm with, you know, trust me, I believe that, you know, Mr. Zimmerman was wrong. You know, the fact that the police told you to stop, do not pursue, you should have stopped. That was it. It was none of your business. I know that you had aspirations to be, you know, a cop or an MMA fighter or whatever the hell your thing was, but, you know, you should have stopped. You really should have. You're not, you know, you're not a police officer. You're not a detective. That's really none of your business. You did your job. You called the police, reported it, and that was it. Unless you physically saw him harming someone or breaking into someone's house, you really had no business chasing this guy down. That's just point blank. We kind of really don't know exactly what happened. I mean, and the fact, and here's another thing that really bugs me, and some people are going to get upset about this. I don't really care. That's the whole premise about this show, Let's Be Blunt. But I do believe that our president, Barack Obama, kind of needs to mind his own business. Like, President Barack, you know, you got shit on your plate that you need to worry about. The last thing you need to be worrying about is a local court case. You know, kind of worry about the stuff. You got a bad economy. You got this bad bill. You got shit on your plate you need to worry about. Don't look at the side dishes. Worry about your main course, which is this country that's in shambles. Focus on that, son. I'm just saying. But anyways, no. Again, the Trayvon case, and now people want the civil. They want to turn it into a civil case, which I think that's the wrong way to go with this, because that's just asking Big Brother to stick its nose where it doesn't belong. That's just people saying, well, we need the government to give us justice. I honestly, I don't want anything from the government. I don't want anything from the government. Nothing at all. Every time the government sticks its nose in something, it just turns it into like a pile of shit. You know, you want a good example of government sticking its nose in somewhere? Look at the war on drugs. The war on drugs has been going on since like what, 70s, 80s, and hasn't gotten better. In fact, it's gotten worse. It seems like every time the government says, "All right, well, we're gonna fix this," it just turns into a catastrophe. And you know, those of us who are awake and we know what's going on, it's a business. It's all a business. At the end of the day, this situation with the Trayvon Martin it's going to lead to an attack on the Second Amendment. Now, okay, I'm going to be blunt. I am pro Second Amendment. I'm also pro for the stand your ground law. You know, a lot of people I'm going to catch a lot of wind, and people are going to say, "How dare you?" Even after this, all this stuff. Yes, in this current situation, the stand your ground law failed because a guy went out and, in my book, I felt like, dude, you were looking for trouble, and you found trouble, and then once you couldn't, all of a sudden trouble was kicking your ass, you pulled out a gun and shot him because you feared for your life. Now, the fact that you got your head smashed in 25 times, that shit don't make no damn sense to me. Because if I smash your head 25 times, you're not going to shoot a gun. I guarantee you're not shooting anything. If I smash your head, if I get on top of you, if I'm on top of you full mount and I'm bashing your head, dude, you'd be out. Your skull would be out. Your brains would be off. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Like this whole thing smells like shit. This whole entire case smells like shit, and what I'm trying to tell people is, look, they're trying to divide us, and when I say they is, the guys with the hidden agendas, and they don't necessarily, it's not necessarily our government, it's just people who are pulling the strings. These guys understand how to. They understand how to, if you want to take over a nation, you divide the nation. Because if you have a nation that's unified together, you can't control them because the people are like, wait, no, we are the majority. But if you split the majority into sections, the gays, pro-lifes, anti-abortions, the whites, the blacks, the Hispanics, if you just separate everybody into categories, you could literally smash the country overnight. Literally smash the country overnight. A perfect example, a lot of people don't know their history, but I actually listen to a program it's a podcast, Dan Carlin, shout out to Dan Carlin, Hardcore History, and he talks about the Mongols. And Genghis Khan, before he passed on, told his sons, this is after he basically took over 80% of Europe. Told his sons, he's like, he took one single arrow, snapped it in half, and then he took a handful of arrows and tried snapping it, and he couldn't snap it. And he told his sons, you guys want to be the bushel of arrows. You don't want to be singled out, because if you're singled out, you can be broken. But if you guys stay unified, you can't be broken. And that's an amazing analogy, metaphor, whatever you want to call it, because that's what's going on with our country. And the structure, the system, whatever you want to call it, that's what they're doing to us. They're slowly separating us into categories, into stuff that, we sort of kind of care about or we are passionate about, and all of a sudden we start alienating each other because it's, oh, well, you don't believe in pro-life, so I hate you. But it's like, wait. Let's talk about why we believe in this and why you don't believe in that. And even if we have different opinions, that's okay. Doesn't mean we have to hate each other. It just means You believe in that, and I believe in this. That's it, and we move on. That's it. I'm pretty sure there's like 30 other things that we will probably agree on. Not everybody is the same, so obviously people are going to have different opinions. You know, and you know, this whole Trayvon thing is just it's you know, the media has just turned it into a white-black thing, and black people are upset. You know, white people, you know, there's a lot of white people who were like, well, you know, he was innocent, and you know, they couldn't, you know, and it was just like, and then there's white people who side with black people, and then there's black people who side with white people, and it's just like, it's just turned into a giant media circus. And behind the curtain, things like NDAA, wireless tapping, the NSA, that dude from the NSA who's running for his life, the other dude, the other reporter from the Rolling Stones, who his car mysteriously blew up. I mean, they found his engine like almost 500 feet away from the car, and this was like a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Come on, man! Like you can't tell me that shit don't smell like shit. You can't tell me that shit don't smell like shit. Like, and eyewitnesses say that the car blew up, but then you know the police reports, well, he ran into a light pole, and there are people saying like, no, he didn't run into a light pole. The car came to rest at a light pole, but the car blew up. It jackknifed in the air, and the guy inside was like vaporized. And before the car blew up, the car was like doing like 90, some shit like that. Red flag. And it just so happens that a few days later, you know, some ex-president, I think it was Clinton or Bush, one of the Bushes, was like, oh yeah, we can remotely control cars. What? I mean, I don't know. When I hear stuff like that, I think that should be top news. That's what CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all them, you know, the conglomerate of news stations, they should be reporting on that. And then, but they don't. They report on the stuff that's going to get them so-called ratings, and people buy into it. And it's just sad, man. It's just a sad case. I mean, that kid didn't deserve to get shot. He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to be a scapegoat for, you know, our government making all the mistakes that they're making, you know, or trying to, you know, like it's just not right. It really isn't. And people who believe the crap that they're seeing on TV, you know, I feel really sorry for you, because you're completely awake, you're completely oblivious to what's happening around you, and by the time you wake up and realize, holy shit, you know, there's some real shit going on around us, you know, we are being spied on, our phones are being tapped, our emails are being read on a daily basis. No text message you send is sacred anymore. Everything is being watched, read, stored in a database. You know, the fact that I'm making this video, this is gonna get, you know, they're gonna put this in the data bank, and they're gonna consider me a terrorist. Why? Because I'm not following, you know, I'm not a sheep. I'm awake.